Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight it's a double review. One of from my time at Alton Towers last week, theme park, and two for this little beauty. Titanic Brewery's Cherry Dark. Lovely cherry beer. So, both in Staffordshire. First I'll do a bit on the beer, and then I'll jump back and talk about the theme park. Now the annoying thing is, I've already bloody done this review because I did it earlier and for some reason YouTube and their live streaming thing has bobbed it up. I spoke for 23 minutes and the 2 minutes are showing up, so not impressed. Good thing I've got another bottle of this fella and this review won't fail, he says. If the battery goes, I'll cry. So, second one of these of the night, Cherry Dark. What I love about Titanic's beers is on the back here, it says see, taste, smell, and it gives you a bit of a description of the beer itself. You know, it should be standard on all beers that occurs, because you know, it's nice to know what you're smelling, what you're tasting, you know, what you're seeing. So, as it says, deep red colour. Slightly off white head, good lacing and carbonation. You can see it in the lights. I've got hay fever. On the nose, lovely cherry on the nose, and you can smell almond. And I did all this earlier. So it's like, why are you doing it again? But it is a nice beer. Okay, so straight away I get the cherry, I do get a touch of almond, and I got a whack of that marzipan flavour. So all very much there. I'm going to sneeze. I'll drink a bit more. Oh, that's a beauty. 4.4%. So we'll talk about Alton Towers. Went there this weekend. It's been a while since I went. After the Smiler incident, I think I went once, but that was it. And didn't have the greatest of times. Didn't get on a lot of rides. Didn't really rate it. A lot of ride closures, which, you know, stuff things up. We'll talk about each ride. Wicker Man. Fantastic ride. The best wooden roller coaster in the UK by some distance. Great family ride, doesn't hurt you when you come off it. You know, the ones at Blackpool, Steeplechase, and I can't remember the name of it now. Big Dipper. Yeah, they really hurt you when you're on the back rows. Front rows not so bad. Back rows really hurts you. You know, not pleasant rides. Good rides, but not pleasant if you're on the wrong seats. This, front, middle or back, equally as good, equally as fast. Blimey. Starts off with good theming. You walk into like an entrance, once you get off the main queue, you walk into an entrance, there's whatever happens, I'm not going to go into detail too much, you've got to watch it, you know, you've got to be there to see it. But good theming, then you get on the ride and you've got that big flame thing on the ride. And I've got to say, absolute bang on. You know, well worth the money. A very good ride. Moving from there, Nemesis, still a world-class coaster, 25 years old. What can you say? Great theming in the landscape around it. You know, just a damn good ride. Lift your head forward so you don't get clattered, but yeah, fast, good, so many inversions, lovely ride. Galactica for me needs to go back to being air, because getting rid of the VR means now that the theme means nothing. You've got these displays above you saying you're going into space, but you're not going into space because you're not wearing the VR anymore. It needs a rethink, it needs a re-theme. Going back to air and having, you know, having an air thing where you're flying through the sky sort of thing, you know. Overall, not my favourite roller coaster, to be fair. It's okay, but it's just not my favourite. Much better than Hero at Flingoland. That thing's a death trap. Blade, the pirate ship, still running great. You know, glad they hadn't got rid of it, because getting rid of Ripsaw was a massive mistake. Then you've got that Nemesis, that drop tower thing that's below ground, that's never open. It's only open at Halloween. What a waste of money that is. You know. Next up, Hex. For me, Hex needs re-theming to something more like Toy Story Mania at Disneyland. Disney World and that. To me, the dark theme, too much dark in the park. You need some light themes in the park. It needs, and you'd make it into a fantastic, interesting shooter. You know, they could use their own ideas. You don't have to use Toy Story, obviously, but that sort of ride. The wooden mine train, still a great coaster. 2-lap special. You know, it is what it is. Decent little coaster. The Rapids. Oh, they put new doors on the Rapids, and they've toned it down. The water speed has been turned down. There's no waterfalls. There's less water interactions. The best thing you can do with that ride is to put seat belts on the seats, strap people in, stop them from moving around, and get the ride back up to scratch. I know what happened at Drayton Manor happened. From the rumours that you hear, that they were standing up and pissing about and went over. Whether that's true, I don't know. But, you know, it really needs to be... it needs to be sorted out. You can't run the ride like that. So, next on the list, 13. I love 13. It's a great ride. Great little family coaster. Quite high on that first turn. Good speed round. And obviously the drop element. And then the backwards in the dark element. Love it. Fantastic. Rita. Only 60 miles an hour, but boy, has that got some speed. The Queen of Speed, as it was originally called. Managed to get on that at the end of the day 5 times on a row. They had the park open after we got in the line for Wickerman at about 4:45, thinking it was 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock close. We came off at R5. It's 6. I said to a bloke, I said, "What time does the park shut?" It says 6 o'clock. I thought, ooh, shot up to 13. Had multiple rides on 13 and Rita, 5 times on Rita. Made my day, you know. Really enhanced the day. Although I was there for 2 days and I got on more rides the next day as well. Oblivion, still a classic coaster. Got on that about 4 times. Brilliant. You know, still got that element of fear as you get on over that drop hill and into the tunnel. Still a very classy coaster. Biggest letdown on the park, Smiler. Didn't rate it. I hate the theme. Hate that bloody ha 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 ha. Can't stand it. Gets on my nerves. 14 inversions. I came off there. My head was pounding, and didn't enjoy the ride. Too many inversions. I like Gerstlauer's. I've done Saw at Fort Park. That was all right. But this, too many. You know, well, I've been a real beater, but if it gives you a bloody headache every time after you come off. Sonic Spinball, yeah, still a great coaster that is. You know, that first time you go on it, you know, you've got the fear of death in you. But, yeah, another great coaster. Scariest ride on the park, them cable cars. We went over on one, and it stopped, swung in mid-air like this, and there's only 3 of us on, me, my wife and my child. Wife's got her eyes closed, she knows she's scared stiff. I'm not exactly enamoured by them. And that really put the EBGBs up us. And then the next day we went on again, and it was equally as scary. Yeah, much more scary than the roller coasters. You know, if you think it depends how you are. Some people are ever so calm on them, you know, but no, I didn't like them. Didn't go on the battleship thing because it wasn't overly warm when we was there. Didn't want to get too wet either. But overall, operations on the park running great. If you go on Wickerman, here's a tip. Go on Wickerman, get to the end, where you get the baggage and back to you. Say, oh, I've heard that you get a parent swap card here. And obviously you have to be of a certain age to make out you got a kid. But, you know, if you're ever 17, 18, you will have a kid, won't you? You know, in theory. And get yourself a parent swap card. They've already signed it. Later on in the day, go back round. or even straight after, doesn't really matter. Go back round, hand the parent swap card to the person, they sign the other one. It works as a fast pass. This can be done on every single ride. Now, isn't that an idea? Queue once, basically it turns into a fast pass. You know, we had two. And then we got fast passes as well because my wife got stuck on something. So, overall the day at Alton Towers, thoroughly enjoyed it. Bit shorter review this time than the last review. I went on a bit more in depth. But yeah, it was immense. I had a great day. Proper revitalised my enthusiasm for Alton Towers. CBeebies Land, great land for kids up to about the age of 6. And here's the thing, Alton Towers. You spend money on big roller coasters and that. Cloud Cuckoo Land needs to be got rid of. You need to move the driving school and them other bits, shove them into CBeebies Land, extend CBeebies Land a bit more, shove them in, and that area around where the old chocolate ride was and where Cuckoo Land is now and whatever it's called, retheme that, put a family coaster in there, 2 family coasters even, family coasters, not world class jobby coasters, put a load of flat rides in there and make it, you know, SW whatever 10, you know, and do that, you know, retheme that whole area. Them dungeons, well, I don't know, but, them dungeons need moving somewhere else because they're in the wrong area. But yeah, that whole area could be rethemed with flat rides and that for that certain age bracket, 7 to 13, aimed at them, but it will cater for everybody else as well. More flat rides, you know. When big rides break down, you've got ride availability, you know. Now, when something breaks down, everyone crowds to the next big roller coaster and the whole park comes to a jam, you know. I was so happy that I got on Wicker Man because it was down before we went. Came back up a day before. Definitely thinking about getting a Merlin Premium Pass next year though, when they're on offer in the sale. So, out of 5, I already said this earlier because I've already done this review once, 4.7 out of 5. Brilliant. Now moving back to the beer. Because it's from Staffordshire and Titanic Brewery and obviously Alton Towers is, you know, a review of a Staffordshire beer. So, deep red colour, off-white head, good lacing, cherry on the nose with almonds, cherry, almonds and marzipan on the taste. A bit of a twang in the cherry, gotta say. Oh. With this, temperature's going to make a difference. If it was cooler, it's going to taste different. It's quite warm in here. It was 86 degrees behind me earlier, which is way too warm, especially for an air. At the moment, it's rather. Oh, it's gone down to 82, so it's nowhere near as hot. But anyway, yeah, lovely cherry beer, 4.4%. For me, like I've said with a couple of the other Titanic beers, I'd love to see a 7.5% version of this. Not just because I'm an alcoholic, but because of the fact that I love strong beers. And this is another beer that could be made stronger. More sugar. In the fermentation bit, a bit more cherry. Could be a world beater. And as you noticed, I'm sat down because I'm absolutely knackered. Been at work since 6, and you know, it's all right working it when you're in an office with your aircon. You go out in the sun, you think, oh, this is great, this is life. I'd like to work outside. You might do, but when you've been out in it all day and you're bloody roasting, you're in sweaty trousers, it's not as much fun, you know. Depends on what job you're doing. Especially if you're doing an intensive job, or mowing, walking up and down with a mower, riding on a mower, not so bad, but walking up and down. I mean, I did actually do sun mowing today and quite a bit of watering, but the watering was a ball ache, so it wasn't much fun, you know. So yeah, nice cherry flavour. Not the best cherry beer I've ever tasted, I've got to be honest. I've made a homebrew beer, that Brew Firm's cherry beer, and I'm not joking. I ramped up the sugar so it was stronger, and it's like knockout juice, to be fair. And I just hope I've got another bottle in there. I mixed all the bottles up, so I don't know what's what now. It's like pick a mix at times, you know. You go in for a beer, you come out of a wine. Although wines, obviously, you can squidge the bottle. Beers, it's solid, so I should have known. But I just picked one bottle and just walked to the arse with it, and then discovered it was a Montepulciano wine. So loving this. Definitely get a cherry on the back. Get a dryness as well. There's definitely a dryness that comes through. Is it worth taking the trip to Titanic Brewery? Oh, I say yeah. You know, make sure you got some pennies with you. You know, don't go with 20 quid, because you'll be disappointed. You know, you can't buy what you want. Obviously, everyone's got limited resources. Some people aren't. Some people are flush, obviously. But this was my birthday money. I spent 53 quid in there on Saturday on multiples of each beer, because I didn't want to get a beer, try it once, find out it's a top 10 beer, and only have the one. Hence why I got 3 of each, apart from the Plum Porter Grand Reserve, because that bugger's expensive, you know, $6.95 a bottle. And it's obviously it's a 750ml bottle, but you know it's 7.5. I think it's 6.5–7.5%. So that's on my future reviews list. I'm going to go through all the other Titanics first. Obviously I've done Cherry Dock now twice tonight, you know. I'll have to set the other review down, because you know, can't have that. I put dud review wrecked by YouTube. I might do that. But that's for this fella. Right, for me, a good beer. Not as good though as the chocolate and vanilla stout and the cappuccino stout. Them two were immense. I love cherry beers, so this was very high on my to-do list, bucket list rather. In my granddad glass. Good night, granddad. You know what, granddad? Granddad. For me, good beer, but not at the top. So I'm going to give it a 4.4 out of 5. Still a good score, just not quite there. But not every beer can be, can it? Slightly under my expectations, that. Was it because it was a cherry beer and I love cherry beers? Did I want to rate it higher? You never know, do you? Right. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Now, I'm just going to try and turn this off from the front, because it's got a button on the back to turn it off, but that's no bloody good when I'm looking at it from the front. And that don't do bugger all, does it? No. All I can see is my face with a load of stuff in front of it. Right, turn that off. I think you'd have a thing button on the front, wouldn't you? Hey. Right, thanks for watching. See you soon.